All right, good morning, friends. Thank you for joining, taking the time to watch this video. So this morning, I am in Ottawa. Now you'll see around the weather here. It's rainy today, so we'll see how far this video goes. I'm running into connection issues, but I wanted to start out just by bringing awareness to a group that has been camping out. Going on 62 days of camping out to draw awareness they're joining a global movement, so to speak. There's rallies happening all over the place, but in today's specific, to globalism and what globalism is and how your freedoms really are at stake. So I've managed to find some of the organizers. This is Miranda and Cody.
Hi guys.
I would describe them, just upon meeting them, as very patriotic Canadians. 62 days that these people have been here, just drawing awareness to the freedoms that we're losing. So guys, I just want to, give you the stage here and tell viewers, what you're hoping to achieve today, and just a little bit about your story.
We're hoping we can break through the boundary and get the word out to a lot of people. Hopefully inspire people to get off their couches. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that understand what we're up against and the amount of freedoms that we're losing every day. And increasingly so over the last, since March, since this whole COVID thing was initiated.
Right. And not just freedoms. We're drawing light to the fact that the government has actually, we feel, been accessories to murder through all this COVID. The way they handled the COVID lockdown, the way that they made essential procedures and surgeries non-essential and let people die in hospital is not okay, and we need to stand up against that. We need to fight for the families that are dealing with loss of loved ones, or people that are dying in old folks' homes alone because nobody was allowed to visit them. Just absolutely atrocious crimes against Canadians that have happened since March. And then, as you see our signs here, crimes that have been going on for years.
Okay, so can just
walk, still allow them in, and the borders are still allowing them in, and they have COVID.
Walk us through what some of these signs say. Why do you have signs out? What's the purpose of these signs?
Well, the signs are part of our campaign. You can find all of the evidence on our website. So they are all listed and numbered and categorized. And you can find the evidence from both mainstream media and different articles on our website. There's a very big array of different crimes that we're showcasing here. Lots came about during COVID, but lots weren't, like as in convicted guilty of the SNC-Lavalin case, shut down Parliament, how shut down the court system. So if we want to talk rights and freedoms, how are our rights being protected if we don't have any avenue for recourse when they're taking our rights away in the courts, right?
So Rocco Galato is somebody who has been, advocating for Canadians to stand up. This is serious business. I mean, don't turn the channel. Recognize what ultimately can happen, the direction that we're headed.
Right, because once those freedoms and those rights are taken, they're not given back. We need to fight for them back. So
is there one time in history that the government has taken rights and then said, we made a mistake, we're pulling them back?
Very rarely. I wouldn't say that it's never happened, but it's...
I've never heard of it myself.
I've never heard of it, and I challenge, anyone to put when has government said, we're wrong, here's your freedoms back?
Right. And we need to be really worried as Canadians right now, because they're in the process of disarming us as well. And we know, according to history, what happens when a government tries or attempts to disarm their citizens, and that's where we're at right now. The order of council that passed due to the horrific events in Nova Scotia, it was awful, but they used the swipe of a pen to take away our ability to own 1,500 plus weapons, or not weapons, guns that people use for livelihood. And then they have a little clause in there that states if there's any influx of other guns that they didn't put on the list, they can take those as well. So we need to be worried as a country right now. I don't know if anyone's aware of what's going on in Venezuela, but they were disarmed years ago, and now they're dealing with some severe
well, their lives are upside down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and you can talk to people from Venezuela. You can go online. You can hear what they're saying.
right.
And they're warning people. They're
warning
warning
us.
Canadians
That's right.
while we have the chance to stand up for your freedom. And so there's going to be Canadians who choose to come out in the rain, in the snow.
There's going to be lots of
And-
Canadians that brave the rain.
Now, so happening today is the Freedom Rally, and we're gonna shift over here. We're gonna
Sure.
just show Parliament behind us here, and let's talk about the rally that kicks off 12 o'clock today.
At noon,
Is that right,
yeah.
Cody?
Starts at noon. There's going to be some bands playing till 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock the speeches start.
Okay.
And that goes until 6 o'clock, I believe, was the plan.
Now, people, you might have heard on this broadcast, there's people that are honking. Why are they honking, and what does it symbolize when people drive by and they honk at you guys?
We got a sign down at the very end. It says, "Show support for freedom." Honk.
Honk for freedom.
Honk for freedom makes sense.
That's right.
And now you guys have been out camping for 62 days straight. Who's popped by here? Who have you found support from that you maybe weren't expecting?
Well, we've had a lot of support from authorities. So
Yeah.
we're actually on just outside the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which is ran by the military police, and they have been absolutely supportive. They stand for what we stand for. They're happy that we're here. The RCMP, same thing. City police have been very, very supportive, and they stop by all the time.
And we want to say, I want to say personally, every chance I get, when we can defend our law enforcement, when we can defend the military
Absolutely.
who are serving on the front lines, that is what it's all about. And it really is a rally of peace today, is it?
really
It's
is.
to celebrate and maintain our peace and quality of life.
Right,
Right.
and this location for us symbolizes the fallen that fell for this country, defending our freedom. So
Yeah.
when we came here and we chose this spot, we chose it for a purpose, and we feel that we're doing the same thing, and we want to honor the fallen that have done that for us in the past.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you both, Miranda and Cody. They have ties to Alberta, just like me today. So we're
Yeah.
going to see people from all across the country. And when you're driving by today, honk, give them a honk, show them some love. And there's co-pilots at home who are watching this video, and they want to support what you're doing. They want to be a part of this. Where can they go? What can they do?
Well, the Canadian Revolution is pushing for constitutional reform. So what I would suggest for people that want to get involved is start educating yourself on what goes into a constitution, because in order to fix this problem we have in Canada, we need to go outside of the systems that are already in place, and we need to stand up as the people, for the people. So start learning about what goes into a constitution. We're pushing for constitutional conventions, which will eventually see a provincial constitution for each province that will hopefully come into a federal constitution eventually. There's lots of groups doing that, but you can find out more on our website. We've got some links there at www.thecanrev.com, and it'll send you to places that'll help you find out more
Sure.
about that.
We're also, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all the social network platforms. And like Miranda was saying, there's several groups out there that are pushing the same initiatives, trying to educate people about constitutional reform, trying to teach people about the constitutional situation that we're actually under that a lot of people aren't aware of, and trying to offer solutions for a better way forward.
I love that because, we can sit and we can just totally rag on certain politicians. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. But at the end of the day, we have to bring solutions forward and go forward
Right,
with whatever
lots of
your
people
agenda
don't
is.
realize this, but the politicians, everybody that sits in Parliament, all of our MPs have absolutely no power. The Privy Council and the Governor General who run our country, essentially. So when they're up there giving their platforms and giving their debates, and I mean, it really has no power whatsoever. And people need to realize the power is within the people.
Right.
We are the solution.
And
We
that
are
can
the
be,
power.
there is power in the people coming together,
Yes.
expressing their disdain in unison. I mean, it has been showcased even in Quebec, where they were putting pressure on outside of the school boards.
Yes.
And that pressure and the amount of numbers that they had come out and showing support and speaking the same message in solidarity and unity together actually
Change.
pressured the government
Yeah.
to enact changes, right?
Right, and that's what it's all about. I mean, if we just sit at home and complain, depression sinks in and hopelessness, and I noted on some of the posters that you can see behind us, you guys are really addressing what I feel is an issue that isn't talked about enough, which is mental health, and how that can, you know, when that hits a family, it impacts everyone. So what do you want to say about your fight towards drawing awareness to mental health issues?
Well, that's more in the realm of Matthew with Mental Health is Visible, but yeah,
Okay.
we're definitely working in conjunction and alongside him as well, and helping him push this initiative forward, because mental health is a major issue in society today. I think that a lot of people are left at the sidelines, you know, whether it be through law enforcement, the workplaces, through the military even.
Yeah.
We've had the opportunity to meet several people that have suffered mental illnesses due to, you know, the things they have to do while conducting their duties.
20 people in the military commit suicide every single day
Every
in
day.
Canada.
Wow.
So the injured soldiers actually walked from Petawawa to Ottawa 2 weeks ago. They stopped in, and they were raising awareness. They actually did a march from Petawawa to here. 24 hours a day they walked, and they were raising awareness for the 20 soldiers, the 20 veterans that commit suicide every single day in Canada.
I mean, what do you even say to a statistic like that? And who knew that? That we've got 20 of our very own who are serving and protecting dying. And we can't just, oh well, like this is the time now to do something.
That's right.
sure.
And we're going to see economic despair like we've never seen it in this country if we don't stand up and do something now.
Suicide, like you're from
Yeah.
Alberta, you know, you're aware that suicide was had grown exponentially just due to the downturn in the oil patch and the amount of people that were losing their jobs and the effects
Yeah.
it was having on their home lives,
Yeah.
right?
It's
And now
true.
with this COVID stuff, you think about the repercussions that's having on the mental health of everyone. I mean, this is going to be affecting our children when they go back to school. The fact that
Absolutely.
they have to distance. We're humans. We're social creatures. Children like
Yeah.
to interact, like to touch and play.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, it's a terrifying thought to think of all of the mental repercussions that are being completely ignored as a result of what we're pushing forward, as well as the things that are already being left at the sidelines before all of this even began, right?
I love that you guys are passionate about spreading your issues regardless if you get mainstream media coverage or you know, politician support. It makes no difference, and that's the beautiful foundational stuff that I think Canada was founded on, those
Grassroots.
patriotic grassroots values.
Absolutely.
And
we vow to stay grassroots. We have no affiliations with any political party, left or right, and it is going to stay that way because we know
Yeah.
that is the only solution for Canadians.
Right.
So.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're nonpartisan, and we feel that all parties are just wings of the same bird, and we feel that they're all flying us towards the same end goal, and that to be globalism.
yeah,
one world
yeah.
government in the-
Can you put it any better than that? I can't. I'm kind of, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much for what you're doing today. 62 days. So this is, you can find it Camp Out Ottawa. 62 days. It's cold, my hands are freezing, my hair is a mess. You know what? That's nothing compared to these patriots behind me here who brave it. Rain, snow, whatever, it doesn't matter. And that's just the beautiful part of Canada, that we have citizens like that who aren't going to give up, who are going to rise up, and they're inspiring others. They are inspiring people across this country. So if you want to get involved, their link is on the bottom of this post. Thank you for watching, and have a great day, everyone.